Hi there, my name's Nick and I manage and run my own B&B business. I'm also a part-time YouTuber, web designer, consultant, landlord, I fly as a private pilot, and I also love to travel. So my life is pretty busy and complex, as you can imagine. Now, if I didn't have some way of managing this time, my life would probably be a totally chaotic mess. Now, in my previous role as an airport manager, I did learn how to manage my time in my life effectively. And in this video, I'm going to share with you some of the methods that I use day to day to do this. Hopefully this will help you keep motivated and avoid procrastination and distractions in your day-to-day life. So let's get stuck into my top 5 methods. So you want to be more productive? Well, to achieve this, first and foremost, you need to know what your goal is. Identify what your purpose for wanting to be more productive is. Importantly, the goal needs to be something you connect with. It needs to have personal meaning to you, and that way it's something you can resonate with. Now, if you're simply drifting from day to day without any purpose, there'll never be any way that you can develop your productivity. So you want to take some time to really think about what it is you want from life, and be realistic too. Now, goals can be long-term and will take a lot of commitment and energy. Now, having routines and habits can massively increase your productivity. Now, at the start, you might think you don't need a routine as you're already motivated enough, but eventually that motivation will dwindle and run out. Now, realistically, we can never be productive if we're chasing our tails all the time and doing random things each day. We need to have some kind of focus, and a good way to do this is with time blocking. If you set aside certain specific time each day for certain tasks that you want to work on, and this applies also to resting and relaxation. For example, when you wake up, one of your first routines might be to go for a short walk before breakfast. That can be a daily habit that you can commit to each day. You might also schedule a couple of hours of deep work on a particular project, then you'll have lunch. The more you can plan your day and time block it out, the more it'll help prevent distractions, and this develops these routines into habits. Now, once you've established as a habit, it becomes normalized, and you can slip in a specific mindset for each of these tasks each day. In fact, I've even made a separate video where I talk about setting goals and changing habits, so be sure to check out my videos, and I'll link it in the description for you below. Now, where you work can have a big impact on our mindset, and the place you choose can vary depending on what it is you're doing. But it might be you need some fresh outdoor air, maybe in a peaceful park, or perhaps you're working at a tidy and decluttered desk where you can focus. Choosing the right environment for a task can really help provide you with the focus you need. Make sure you also avoid unnecessary distractions. That could be a particular person or group of people, maybe even just crowds of people you don't know. Now, in addition to choosing your environment, also think about the technological distractions that we all have. Everyone has phones, and on these phones we have constant notifications, social media, emails, calls, games. All these pinching our attention in small little bursts. Added up, these are massive productivity killers. For me, if I'm focusing on a particular task, I'll turn off the vast majority of notifications. I don't even get email notifications day to day, and I turn off social media. If I really want to deep focus, I'll turn my phone off altogether or on silent mode. So how you minimize distractions is going to vary from person to person, and the key is finding what really works for you. All I'd say is experiment with it till you find a balance you're comfortable with. After all, you don't want to be distracted by worrying what you might be missing on your phone. Try short bursts, maybe 30 or 60 minutes at a time, and then check your phone. I can guarantee 99% of the time when you actually go and check your phone, there won't be anything on it that couldn't have waited anyway until you finish the task you were doing. Now, sleep. It's absolutely vital that you don't miss out on getting enough sleep. Without this fifth vital element, if you don't do this, you will eventually crash and burn. So to start with, you need to work out how much sleep you realistically need each night. Now, most humans need between 6 and 8 hours a night. Good practice to be consistent as well if you can. Go to bed around the same time. Make sure your room doesn't have distracting light sources. You want your room to be around 18 degrees Celsius, 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, try not to eat and drink before you go to sleep, and try not to use your phone or any other similar devices when you go to bed. Now, there is a saying, you are what you eat, and it's true to an extent, not literally of course, but the quality of your diet can have a massive impact on your general energy levels and well-being. It can help contribute to a good night's sleep as well. Now, I'm not an expert when it comes to diet, and there are plenty of other videos out there with more specialist advice, so all I'm going to say here is one area not to neglect. Avoid the obvious, too much processed food, fatty food, etc. It's reported, I believe, up to 75% of people are chronically dehydrated, so when you can, always keep a work nearby so you can take a sip. Also, if you drink alcohol a lot and maybe smoke, it's also recommended cutting back as much as you can. If you can quit these altogether, that's even better. So in this video, we've journeyed through the landscape of productivity together. Now it's really your turn to take action. Don't just watch this video, but act on it. Reflect on your goals, establish your routines, think about controlling your environment and managing those distractions, taking care of your own lifestyle. I promise if you can do all these things and embrace these concepts and methods day to day through your life, you'll make a definite impact and you'll be more productive overall. Now, one thing that I didn't mention to help me stay productive is I started to embrace Notion. If you haven't heard, Notion's a workspace where you can write, plan, organise your work, essentially combining notes, tasks and databases into a super customisable platform. I'll probably talk more about how I use Notion in a future video, but if you want to go and have a dive in and take a look, I'll leave a link in the description below for you. Now, if you have found this useful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. I'd love to hear your thoughts and progress in the comments. Until next time, don't forget that only you have the power to change and shape your life. Stay motivated, stay productive, and above all, stay inspired. And I'll see you in the next video.